been really sick the past couple of days. That's why I look like this. But the other night, I was laying in bed rewatching Zootopia and thought to myself, what if Mike is like Assistant Mayor Bellwether? For those of you that have never seen Zootopia, you go the entire movie thinking that this Assistant Mayor is just this innocent little lamb, turns out to be the villain at the end of the movie. This begs the question, is Mike the hero or the villain of his own story? My opinion of Mike on 90 Day Fiancé has definitely shifted since the beginning of the season, especially last couple episodes, because we learned that Mike didn't financially support Ximena out of the goodness of his heart. It was instead so that she would stop camgirling in Colombia, because that was her job when they first met. This new information, paired with the fact that Mike acted kind of like an incel in the last couple episodes, makes me rethink his entire segment. But this sentiment is not shared by the cast of 90 Day Fiancé, because on the tell-all, they were just critical of Ximena, and no one was critical of Mike. And the entire time I was watching with a surprised Pikachu face, because I'm just thinking, did you guys not watch the same show I watched?
What the hell is going on?
Our plan is proceeding as expected.
Lately, a personal goal I set for myself is to be more empathetic. So let's put ourselves right now in Ximena's shoes. You're a single mother of 2 in Colombia. Kids are mad expensive. The fathers of both kids are not in the picture. First dad is gone. Second dad is in prison. Rent's due. Sure, you can work a normal job with a normal salary, but in an impoverished nation like Colombia, are the wages gonna cover yourself and 2 children? Probably not. So Ximena starts camgirling to strip for simps and make that coin. After working for a while on these websites, she meets Mike, a simpy dude from New York that likes to play with Legos. Mike's 34 years old, Ximena's 24 years old, so he is 10 years the elder, but he's still not as old as Elder Ben. And after a while sitting behind the screen and watching the love of his life strip for other people, not just him, because you gotta remember there's other simps in this chat room watching this, he decides to propose a deal to Ximena. And that deal is, if you be my girlfriend, I'll financially support you so that you don't have to do this job anymore. Mike might have just watched The Karate Kid. I'll be the man who will fight for her honor. The savior complex is strong with this one, and you can tell by how he treats this girl. Ximena obviously takes Mike up on his offer because 1, her baby daddy that she's in love with is in prison. 2, rent's due, and if he covers rent and all the expenses, then she doesn't have to go to work.
Give me rent.
Fast forward, both Mike and Ximena go on the show 90 Day Fiancé, and they're all pumped up and excited to see each other, and you can see that by how Ximena shows up at the airport. She's waiting for Mike. He lands, and they have this kiss. For Mike, it's the most magical kiss in the entire world. For Ximena, she's not feeling him. She's not physically attracted to him. It's very apparent. She even says, for me, the kiss was normal. It was whatever.
Fue el primer beso.
Eso que fue así, como tocadito porque no es un beso.
Before we continue roasting this cringe couple on the show, I'd like to tell you about today's video sponsor, Under Lucky Stars. Under Lucky Stars makes beautiful personalized star maps showing the unique alignment of the stars in a place and time chosen by you. You guys, I think this is a really cool gift to give somebody, or even just for yourself if you want to remember a very special moment in your life. I actually loved how mine came out so much that I just ordered one for my mom because our birthday's coming up, and I was actually born on my mother's birthday, so we've always been very close, but I just ordered her one as a birthday present, so don't tell her. Actually, she doesn't watch my videos, so I think we're good. It's really easy to order your own star map on their website, and they also have a lot of options design-wise. The charts are printed on high-quality paper, and their method of locating the stars are verified by NASA astrophysicists to ensure their accuracy. Under Lucky Stars is also committed to keeping our skies clear and limiting space litter by supporting the International Dark Sky Association. I don't know about you guys, but I'm obsessed with the stars and astrology, and I still have this childlike innocence when I look up at the stars at nighttime and just wonder what's out there. If y'all are interested in getting this cool gift for yourself or a loved one, go to underluckystars.com/wetsock and use code WETSOCK for 10% off. I've seen that show Love is Blind. I love the concept, but physical attraction is still vital in a relationship, and for anyone that says any differently, they're full of shit. Their relationship hasn't been in a good place since he farted while they were making out.
I'm not farting in front of Ximena intentionally just to do it.
The entire season, Ximena made it painfully obvious to Mike that she was not into him. From subtle hints like telling him she wants space, to partying all night without him until 9 a.m. the second time he showed up in Colombia. Also, let's not forget the last 2 or 3 episodes where Ximena broke up with Mike to his face and he refused to let her go.
You do realize that you're losing the best thing that you could have ever had.
Lo mejor que pude haber tenido son mis hijos.
Guys, it got to the point where Ximena is holding her child crying because mommy and daddy are fighting. And Mike refuses to leave because he said that he pays the rent in the house. So for all the cast members that are so hell-bent on defending Mike because he's the American, I just want to let you guys know that right there is called financial domination.
I have proof that I pay the rent in this house, so I'm not leaving.
Mike isn't the innocent little chupapi moñaño that you guys think he is. He very well could have been a diabolical turd muffin the entire time. That conversation between Mike and Ximena about her job really stuck out to me. Let's roll the clip of that right now.
Are you gonna go back to that adult internet job?
¿Y qué pasa? Que cuando estés trabajando.
I really like the scene because it reveals what Mike really thinks about Ximena's job as a cam girl. The scene also shows an epiphany that Ximena has had because the money and stability that Mike is offering isn't worth it if the rug can be pulled out from under her like that.
If we were able to work out our differences, I could have opened up so many opportunities for you.
He's throwing money on the fish lure for this girl because that's a way for him to control this girl.
You gotta be kidding me. I mean, how do you watch this? I mean, yeah.
To make sure that she doesn't cam girl, that other guys don't see her naked, that she's not an SW, that she's only his. He wants to monopolize this girl, guys. Why are you so insistent on seeing her children, Mike?
All I wanted to do was just stay this last night just so I could say goodbye to the children.
No quiero que se quede acá.
You're acting very immature right now.
I have proof that I pay the rent in this house, so I'm not leaving. I'm not a kid anymore, Pop. You're acting very immature right now.
Is it about the children or is it about convincing the girl that you care about her children so she won't leave you? Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments, but after the last episode, I don't believe that narrative. Mike and Ximena's relationship is kind of like the never-ending story because Ximena shows us her phone last episode of the show, and turns out that Mike once again took it upon himself to offer to pay for this girl's entire life.
Just give it up.
Before the tell-all even started, people were talking mad shit about Ximena to Mike's face in the green room, and he didn't say one thing to defend her.
Make sure that you're being treated right, because you're
That's
a good
all
man.
I care about.
From this, I'm gathering that Mike wants to appear innocent to the entire world and wants the entire cast to gang up on Ximena. If she's really your girlfriend, why wouldn't you defend your girlfriend?
As Mike's got such a good heart, and I worry for him.
Yeah, he's a really good guy.
Ew, what is this high school? It seems so petty to me. You guys meeting in the locker room and being like, this girl's a dirty, rotten gold digger, man. Break out the scarlet letter and start lighting the torches, man. Don't worry, Mike. We got you. You're a good, great guy, and you did nothing wrong in this relationship.
You're supporting somebody for a whole year, and then you say you're not in love with them. You're like, bitch, why am I sending you money?
You might want to take their advice with a grain of salt, Mikey boy, given the fact that they all have dysfunctional relationships. So after the broken toys finish bad-mouthing Ximena, Mike says to the camera, I think I'm gonna have to defend Ximena. And when he says this, I'm like, damn, bro, what gave it away? The way they bad-mouthed your girlfriend to your face and you just sat there in agreement? The first memorable clip of them on the tell-all is when Mike announces to everybody that him and Ximena are back together, and everyone's like, no way, I never saw this coming. Funny enough, the host actually takes it upon herself to ask the same question to Ximena to verify that what Mike's saying is the truth, because you never know if Mike is just trying to show off to the other kids in the basement. Ximena then reveals that her and Mike are planning a trip to Cartagena, Colombia to see if their relationship will work out, and they have both grown and make adjustments for it to work out. Kind of crazy Mike is going to Colombia for a third time. This is like watching a human volunteer to get their blood sucked dry by a vampire. I also want to clarify, I'm not a fan of Ximena. I don't like her either. I actually think that morally she should have ended the relationship with Mike the minute that he left Colombia. I get why she would wait on her first trip there, because it would be pretty awkward to end it while he's still in Colombia and he pays rent, so maybe like he wouldn't have left and it would have been more drama. But that first trip where he initially left, I think she should have ended the relationship there, to be honest with you. But the checks are still coming in and she doesn't respect this dude, so I understand why. Even though I don't agree with it, I understand why she stayed in the relationship. With Ximena concerned though, something I think we can all agree with is that this girl has always had all her cards on the table. I think it's a bit of a double standard that the Tinder swindler is glorified when Ximena didn't put in 1/100th of the effort that that dude did to scam those girls. He was doing skits, he was having his friends beat him up, he was bloody and being like, oh my god, I got robbed. This girl wore a disgusted face and told Mike to his face she doesn't love him and leave, and he still uses money to bait her back into being in a relationship with him because he refuses to let this girl go. He's doing this to himself, bro.
Oh, well, that's embarrassing.
Do you understand that a relationship is two ways? You're asking Mike to change all of this stuff about him, and all you can say is, I still don't love you.
Nah, it's actually on Mike to not be delusional about the situation and realize that when a girl reaches a point where she's disgusted by you and she doesn't respect you, she's not going to fall in love with you again. The person to actually throw the first jab Ximena's way is Jasmine, which is something I didn't expect. Let's roll the clip.
I believe Ximena has been very bitchy toward Mike. Whatever reason she is with him is not love.
I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but once again, Ximena's from a poverty-stricken country and she used her body to make money on the internet until Mike proposed this transaction. You think out of everyone here, Jasmine would understand Ximena's position given the fact that she is a sugar baby herself and met Gino on a sugar baby, sugar daddy dating site. And so, you know, Jasmine accuses Ximena of not being in love with Mike.
Whatever reason she is with him is not love.
It's like nothing we don't know already, but Ximena just confirms that she is in fact not in love with Mike.
No lo amo. Él lo sabe.
Mike, just being honest.
We all know this is not news, but Mike acts like this is new news for him, and he puts his hands over his eyes and puts his head down and proceeds to act like he's really sad about this.
I'm sorry, Mike.
I don't have any words right now.
When I see this happening, I'm not really surprised that he's acting like this because it fits the narrative that this guy's the victim. So Mike's body language gives the rest of the cast the green light to start bashing Ximena.
I mean, this is a good dude, and my heart is breaking for him right now.
Yes.
Oh man, I can't believe you guys are such complete idiots!
Johnny, Kim, Hamza, all the cast members that are coming at Ximena right now are doing so because they themselves feel like in their segments, their partners didn't reciprocate the same amount of effort that they put into the relationship. So in a way, them lashing out at Ximena is them really lashing out at their own respective partners without actually doing so. Especially our boy Johnny. Let's play the clip of what he said to Ximena.
Yes, so I can say how deeply Mike really loves you. So from now on, do you want to really try to love him back?
You guys see what I'm saying? Like right here, I feel like Johnny is really talking to Ella and his feelings are justified because she's already cheated on him multiple times before they even met up in real life. It's really strange to me that the cast is still riding the narrative of we have to protect Mike from the evil witch Ximena. It's at the point, you guys, where you got the other cast members offering up their friends to date Mike.
I have friends in California, honey. I'll help you out because that's crazy.
And I have a few in Panama too.
He's so overjoyed that he has all these options like Jack Harlow. And I'm just looking at this like, bro, you said that you're in love with Ximena. I don't know why you're not immediately turning this down when you have a girlfriend that you're so in love with.
Te necesito tiempo.
Time for what? He's paying all of her bills. What does he need to...
To keep it real, Kim tried to buy Usman's physical attention with financial compensation as well. I'm not really surprised she's a Mike stan because they got a lot in common. And if memory serves me right, when Usman didn't want to get physical with you right away, you threatened to have your son Jamal yell at him. Like, how does that work? Hey man, you better f my mom. Mike made a Cameo video for a fan, and in that video, he had a gnarly snot rocket come out. So this just reiterates how Ximena was like really disgusted by him and said he was kind of a dirty dude. I think if he was a supervillain, he'd be the dirty bubble from SpongeBob. Fast forward, Kim makes a point that I hard disagree with.
And the fact that she wouldn't let him say goodbye to those kids. I was so mad at her. I was like shaking.
Really, Kimberly, as a mother yourself, that's your take on the situation. Why would Mike be entitled to see her children before he leaves? I mean, you can feel some kind of way about it, but ultimately, that's the mother's call because those are her children, not Mike's. And I'm not saying I think Ximena's a good mother. In fact, I think she makes piss poor decisions, but so does Memphis. But because y'all are friends and both American, you're not critical of her. In fact, she gets a pass and she could just not do the tell-all.
You went around your apartment and showed everything he bought for you. And then that last night, you couldn't even let him stay in the apartment that he pays for you? Damn. Mike, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You deserve so much better than that.
Well, I don't think you're lying. I just think you're misinformed.
Don't be shy, Kim. Let's add some context to the situation. They were fighting a lot. Mike was being passive-aggressive towards her, and she quite literally broke up with him at least 5 times, and he wouldn't leave. Why would you want to sleep in the same house as somebody that you're actively trying to break up with? That sounds awkward as fuck to me, and also, you got to think of the child's safety. Like, he was acting real irrational. I would not want this dude to sleep in my house. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. That sounds awkward as fuck to me, but from the way Kim has acted on the show, I'm not surprised that she thinks that way. So the broken toys keep being critical of Ximena and glorifying Mike until Mike's friends show up and then the party really gets started. Right off the bat, Ximena says that she hates Nelsie, Mike's friend, so I'm expecting this to get catty as fuck. Jasmine then basically asked Mike what he's still paying for.
Él me dio la mano desde un comienzo.
No, he didn't give you the hand. He gave you everything, not just the hand. He
The
literally
hand, the
gave
foot,
you everything.
Their entire argument is Mike is being taken advantage of, but this girl gave him an out when she broke up with him 5 times. Quick question, guys. You ever watch a rom-com where the girl says that she doesn't love the guy, so the guy throws money at her? Yeah, I haven't seen one like that either.
To a lot of people, it seems like you're just in this relationship with Mike for the money.
So when this question gets asked, shit really hits the fan. And I understand where John and Nelsie are coming from because they're Mike's friends and ultimately their loyalty is towards Mike, not Ximena. However, that being the case, I respectfully disagree with the majority of Nelsie's arguments on the tell-all.
Y una semana, 2 semanas tratando de vivir juntos y un año chapeándolo, un año cogiéndole todo su dinero.
You can make the argument that Ximena's a dirty, stinky gold digger, but you can also make the argument that it's financially irresponsible for your friend to buy a girl's love in another country.
Love is admitting when you fucked up.
Dude's 34 years old, living with dad and grandpa, no kids, no dating history, just really bad cooking skills. And the main sentence from what she said that really stuck out to me is a year of bleeding him dry. Well, hold up a second. You know, if your friend doesn't have bands like that, why is he playing this game? Can't really blame Ximena when Mike voluntarily gave her paid leave. And the funniest part about this to me is that Ximena just agrees and says, yeah, I guess you can say I'm bleeding him dry.
Sí, puede ser así como tú lo quieras decir.
Exactly. Isn't that crazy? Oh my God.
Oh no, she just admitted it.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Watching this the whole time, I was confused why everyone was acting like this is groundbreaking front page news. Is Ximena bleeding him dry? Yes. Do I feel bad for him? No, because he's been throwing all his money at this girl so that she would marry him, and that's a fact. After catching the verbal hands by everybody in the room and getting called a gold digger by Nelsie for the millionth time, Ximena decides to leave.
Y tú eres una chapeadora.
Stop.
Chao. Se acaba.
After she leaves, Mike has some very interesting commentary with his friends.
She even said she was gonna give me that second chance.
Second chance?
Give you a second chance?
What did you do wrong?
I didn't do anything wrong, but
Second chance?
I didn't do anything wrong, huh? How about you should have never entered a relationship with this girl in the first place?
I didn't do anything wrong, but
Second chance?
This actually explains everything. This dude thrives on being portrayed as an innocent little lamb and not taking accountability for his role in his relationships. I think that Nelsie got a little bit too emotional, but at the same time, she did a lot of translating for this shit show of a relationship, and Mike kept her very involved, so I can understand why she feels so invested in this. See, where Mike fucks up though is that he wants everybody to defend him, but then he turns on the people defending him, especially his friend Nelsie. Let's roll the clip of that.
Todos digan lo que ellos quieren decir. No sé por qué se meten en una relación de dos.
Esto es una relación de una porque la persona que tú estás...
Shut up!
Well, we can see here that Mike's communication is dog water. Definitely needs to work on that. Nelsie's not just Mike's friend. She's also done a lot of free translating for this relationship. So I think Mike could have definitely spoken to her with more respect.
Do not tell me to shut up.
Then just leave.
So as of now, both Ximena and Nelsie walked away. When Ximena comes back, she's wearing a new outfit and a white mask. When she's finally ready to participate in the conversation again, John asks her a fire question.
Would you want a woman to do what you're doing to Mike, to your 2 sons?
No, nunca.
So why do it to Mike?
I like that question and that answer a lot. After this question, the host asks Mike, what is the one thing you want Ximena to change?
The main thing I really want is to really put in the effort to learn English.
There you go, Ximena. Learn English.
Dude, Ella's voice is like nails on a chalkboard.
What was that, Norby?
I don't know, but I sure don't like the sound of it.
Really, Mike, out of everything Ximena could change, you think that the problem is that she doesn't speak English? Why do you want her to learn English, bro, so she can tell you she doesn't love you in English? Their segment basically ends with them both promising to work on their relationship in Cartagena on this 3rd trip. My takeaway from watching this shit show is honestly, I'm just thankful. With all the negativity going on in the world, I'm just happy that we're not these people in these dysfunctional ass relationships. And after getting a better look at this relationship and the narrative that everyone decided to go with, my takeaway is all the fame and money in the world isn't worth the disrespect. But as always, Socks, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Comment below, subscribe, live your vet, follow me on Twitch and on Instagram right now.